Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Perfect Grove. I am the OP Leprechaun, and we are back in front of the apiary, picking up pretty much right where we left off on the last episode, having just picked up all those diamonds and redstone. Today, we are going to be heading inside the mountain and getting ready to make up for the significant lack in this world that we talked about last time with this apiary. The fact that it's the only real build I have in this entire world, other than some, kind of mid technical farms, nothing fancy. So, we're going to head inside and see what we can get done today. Pop in here. I've been doing some prep work behind the scenes. You're about to see a whole new world in here. Voila! So, I don't have a storage room anymore. I have stacks of storage chests right here. But this was my storage room, and that was all covered with stone all the way up. So we got rid of all that. I got rid of that shameful attempt at a brick building around the bee farm. I don't know if you remember that one from way back when. Definitely something that we are going to be taking care of here. You can see I've been playing around with a couple more beacons and some other things like that. So we'll get those back in the ender chest and get those put away. But this whole area here, I'm just kind of tired of it. I'm tired of walking through here. I mean, I can fly through here now. There's all kinds of room everywhere here now. Lost that whole corner chunk over there. Comes all the way. There's the villager breeder. There's my little temporary trading hall, if you want to call it that. Eventually, this is going to disappear. And these guys are all going to get transported up over into that corner over there once I'm done digging that out. I'm not going to make you guys watch me dig that out. You've already watched me do enough digging. So it's just going to be one of these days I'm going to come in and we're going to pull down the spoiler wall. And there'll be a giant open, vast, empty area. For now, we need to do some building in here. We're going to turn this whole thing into kind of a industrial area / old-timey town. Not going to be any houses or anything like that. It's going to be like plants and industry and things like that. I'll check my iron supply in a little while here. I got a bunch of roses. Oh, there's quite a bit in there, actually. A lot of flowers. I got plenty of bone meal, so that's going to help out with several of the projects that we're going to have going on here very soon. What we're going to start with is actually not building anything because I have to gather some supplies. One of the supplies I need to get is a large amount of mud. I haven't really used a whole lot of mud for anything other than, like, over here underneath farms and things like that so that I can, run hoppers and stuff underneath it. I do still need to expand these. That is definitely still going to happen. That's going to be part of the whole let's make this into a industrial warehouse village area. So that's all still going to happen. Just haven't got around to it. But I want to move all the animals. I want to move them over here at some point. We're going to build a barn for them. And I'm going to get an auto sheep shearing farm. I got all kinds of stuff I want to do. But one thing I want to start with is over here. This Junglewood cocoa bean farm is definitely going to move. That doesn't need to be here. There used to be a wall right here, so it was a convenient spot when there was a wall right there. But now there's not. So that can get out of the middle of everywhere. Put it in a shulker box for now and just kind of figure out where we want to set it up. Haven't used a whole lot of brown dye just yet. But I definitely can. I'll probably stick it over there by the bamboo farms. Bamboo and junglewood, they kind of go hand in hand. So we'll stick it over there. But what I am going to do is this area here. This is all. I've been working on a design. Still a little bit sketchy on how I'm going to interconnect all of these. But it is going to happen. So one of the things that we do need to do is set up a mud farm. Now, I could go over to my mangrove jungle, mangrove swamp, right by that jungle and that desert there, and I could absolutely, harvest mine out, a couple, 2, 3 shulker boxes, and it wouldn't take that long. But there are times where it'd just be nice to just let all my farms run and, do a little AFKing and run the mud farm. So, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a mud farm. I'm going to clear out some inventory. I'm going to grab my redstone shulker box, and I am going to see where we go from there. Let me clear out all this mess, and yeah, we'll be right back. I think that I have everything we need. So we're going to drop down that box, and we're going to drop down that box. So I got all the bottles to fill up a dispenser. I've got my polished andesite, which is what I'm going to use as my placement blocks. I got glass. So we're going to go over here. I don't need those just yet, but I need some pistons, observers, droppers, hoppers, dispensers, some redstone dust, some repeaters, some torches, and one comparator. So we're going to set up our sorter first. So I need to get some of my polished andesite, and we're going to go like that, like that, like that. And we need to have, let's get a repeater in there. And I need to get a redstone torch in here. And we need to have comparator now. Comparator goes that way. And a little bit of redstone. Then we need to have hoppers. Hoppers are my friend. Okay, a little something like that. And you get another hopper going into there. There we go. Now that Betty is full. Make our water chamber here. Okay, we are just about done here. I need to get block there, block there. Don't ask me for a technical explanation on this. I learned how to do this one from Pixel Riffs. So this stuff right here is the actual mud maker, okay? The water bottles come out of here, they get ejected into the source block of water, and because they can't get sucked back in because I have all 9 slots full of water bottles, which we learned during our wonderful bee harvesting escapades. It will show down into the hopper. That hopper will then go down into that dispenser. And then, as I'm placing dirt blocks there, it will push them across here. And as it goes across that dispenser, it will turn the dirt block into a mud block. The empty water bottle will go down into this. All right, so here's how this whole thing functions now. I'm going to place one there, one there. Okay, so I place against that block. That interrupts this, blah, blah, blah. Pushes it across. Let's see if that actually functions. There we go. So that is how that works. So we're gonna just go like this. Now, as you can see, this is working just like a stone generator. So as it fills up over here, it hits that wall. The observer detects a change in the wall, sends a pulse through all of these, and it kicks it out. The bottles get pushed through that water, pushed into that hopper, into that dispenser. It dispense it onto a piece of dirt, turn it into mud. And it'll press all the way out until it goes 12 blocks out that way. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And there you see, we ran out. What that means is that we can't push any more blocks this way or that way. So not quite 2 stacks of dirt gets us a full inventory of those. So we're going to get a redstone lamp. I want 1 observer. I need a repeater. And some redstone dust. And some more of my polished andesite. So, what we are going to do now is we are going to put an observer facing that. And we're going to bring it down over here. I don't really want it on the ground Oh, I need glass. There we go. I am going to put this redstone lamp. So if I'm standing here, I can see that spot really well. It'll light up. So I'm going to put my redstone lamp right there. And we're going to go down a couple of blocks. Okay. So we are going to cheat just a little bit. I'm going to take away this mud. And I want to make sure that I got this right and that it is going to... Yes, it does. It gives me the block update. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest all of this mud in this line right here. All right, now let's get some dirt back in our hand and let's try this again. And we'll place 8 more and that light should light up. Why did that happen? Oh. Because that block was already... Okay. The whole point is to stop that from happening. Okay. Now we'll go in there and we'll give it a whirl. Okay, so here we go. Oh, there that light went. So now I know that that's full out to there. And we're on our last row here before we run out. So now we can come over here. We can mine all this mud. And now I don't have enough room to pick it all up. Let's get this stuff out of my inventory. And we'll go pick up everything that I just made. So like I say, is this any faster than actually going over and putting mud in, or getting mud from the mangrove swamp? You know, I don't know that it actually is. But what I do know is I can multitask while I'm doing this. So I can sit here right now, and for every dirt that I place down, I'm going to have that much mud. So... And there are light turns on. And we have another one. So, you know, I don't know that it's any faster, but what I am doing while I'm over here is these chunks are loaded, which means my iron farm is working. It means my creeper farm, my mob farm is working. It means my bee farm is working. It means that my bamboo and my sugarcane and everything else is working. So really, honestly, I am multitasking the ever-living piss out of being in this area, because this is all loaded right now. All I have to do is just stand here and operate this thing, and then, you know, every stack and a half, mine it all up, start all over, and it's a self... Yeah, and yes, I know there are plenty of farms out there that they smush it all together and they get it into a big block right around some TNT and they blow it up, and they don't have to, it's all AFKable. You don't have to stop or pause. I don't like TNT dupers because I don't really understand them. I've made one once and it kind of functioned, but I think I screwed it up somewhere. So we're just not even going to go there. But what I do know is I can go over here and I can get another empty shulker box. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put down a shulker box for some mud. We'll put it over there by the mud farm. For not very long. I mean, I've got almost just a little over 3 stacks of mud. And if I wasn't sitting here trying to explain it and talk about it, it wouldn't even be, it would be even more, because I'd just be doing it. And that entire time, all my other farms are running. Well, the other thing that we're going to need is hacked mud. So we're only halfway there. We have the mud part figured out. But I'm going to need wheat. And while I do have some wheat storage, I mean, it's right there. That's how I got that one little guy there. And I have the other guy right down here in the second floor of my farm stacks. That's the only wheat farms I have right now. So I'm going to expand the wheat farm A little bit of a time jump from the last scene to the next upcoming clip. I have no idea where the footage just appeared to. You can see that I did, indeed, expand my wheat farm, and I turned it into an auto farm without allays. Which meant I had to learn how to do minecart unloaders and get these guys to do what they're supposed to do and not continue to plant carrots on me when all I want them to do is plant wheat. Jumping right back in, and again, a little bit of a time jump, but there you go. Go check the auto wheat and see where we're at with our gains on this. I had to make some adjustments to it because they kept making bread and more bone meal, because I need more bone meal. Hey, there we go, that worked. All of this stuff down here is the stuff that I got getting enough seeds by farming manually to fill up their seeds so that they would stop planting corn and other things. And this is what has been picked up by the auto farm. So what I did was the original design called for these 4 trap doors to be here on the sides, but they still kept... Oh, that was a mistake. They still kept getting at the composter and making bread and bone meal. So I put these fence posts here, and they're still harvesting, and they still think they can get at their composter, but they are no longer producing bread or bone meal. So that is all to the good. That is the auto wheat farm. In case I don't remember if I showed this or not, so we'll go ahead and yeah. Oh, get out of the way of the minecarts. So yeah, auto minecarts. I think we talked about this already, but I got all 4 auto minecarts, all dumping in their individual spots, and then the all drain into this one chest, making my life so much easier, and I didn't have to deal with allays. Okay, welcome back to the mountain that time forgot. So, I have come up with what I think is going to be a workable... So, the hard part about building for Minecraft is deciding if you are building for viewing up close or viewing from a distance. It's actually easier to build for viewing from a distance because the texturing and the detailing and everything looks so much better from a distance. This build right here, though, needs to look good from, you know, right here or right here. And that is actually the hardest part about all of this, is that. So yeah, I threw in a little glow lichen farm as well next to the mud farm. Depending on how much room I have, I might duplicate this over on the other side, or maybe underneath. I'm not 100% sure yet, but if I duplicate this to shoot out over dripstone, I can turn this into a clay farm. But we'll see where we need to end up with that. What we're doing right now is there is one item that I am going to need a bunch of, and that is brown mushroom. And I don't really have a way to get brown mushroom right now other than farming them individually, so we're going to set up another farm. I know. I said I was done making farms. But I need it, because I can't do this build without it, because it looks really, really good with mud brick, and I really want to use mud brick, because it looks really, really good, because you can't make cracked brick. So I need it. I'm sorry. So we're going to make another farm. However, I'm kind of tired of making unsightly things in here. There's another little issue, just the fact that this is all going to have to go away eventually. We're moving the tree farm. These aren't really a tree farm. It's just kind of where I started everything, and they've been fine for so far. But honestly, I haven't really built all that much. It's just been for regular use. So I think one of the things that we are going to do right now is we're going to build an actual tree farm, and we're not going to build it here. I am going to build a tree farm because they are unsightly, ugly, and I don't want to look at it all the time. So we're going to build it in another unsightly, ugly place that I don't want to look at all the time. So I've got everything that I could need. We are going to actually build our tree farm in the end. Yep, I know, that sounds weird. And I'm sure there's all kinds of reasons why people don't do this on a regular basis. All right. We haven't been here much except for killing withers lately. And we are actually not even going to start it over here. I haven't even built an ender farm yet. I haven't really had a need for it, you know? The gold farm and the wither skeleton farm work so good for XP. I will at some point build an ender. I just don't have a reason to right now. There we go. So, I hope I didn't just look at a whole bunch of them, because that would be really awkward if that happened. So, we're going to build it out here. We're going to build it out in this empty, trackless wasteland of nothingness. And we're going to put it right next to this, so I don't ever have to go looking for it. So let's go ahead and we're going to start putting down some blocks. We need to build out from here. Okay. So we're about a quarter of the way done with my first starter platform. I think I will end up expanding this at some point, but you can see why I didn't want to do this where I have to look at it all the time, because it's going to be extremely ugly. So I was coming over here, and I've gone through the vast majority of this shulker box, turn it into slabs, and I got about a quarter done. So I'm like, I got another shulker box for another quarter, blah, 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 blah. And then it occurred to me that I'm pretty sure I have like several barrels worth of slabs already made from my nether project, and I should quit screwing around with these and just go there. So I'm going to put one of those up real quick. All right, now we can get there. Ooh. Oh, I didn't look at you. Whatever. Okay, well, I'm going to put another one right there to make it easier. All right. Oh, I don't have my sword in my hand when I'm going to go by the guy that's attacking me. That's never a good plan. Oh, you gonna run away, huh? Alright, fine. Come get me, bro. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I have 4 barrels. And I could easily fill up a couple of shulker boxes worth of slabs out of and not have to be making these with a stone cutter. Let's go ahead and drop these down, and we're going to get back to work. Okay, well, that's like 4 inventories worth of slabs that I now don't have to make, and I can free up some space in my storage. So I'm going to get back at it. I'm going to get all of these filled out, and I doubt I'll even make you sit through another time lapse. I'll probably just fill it out off camera, and we'll come back when we start adding in dirt blocks, lighting, and trees. How's that sound? Okay, well, that task is done. As you can see all around me, I have all of the trees that I am currently in possession of, minus the mangrove. Just, they're such a pain in the butt to harvest, even more so than pretty much anything else. I just don't want to do it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so got a line of mega spruce all the way down the middle. We got a line of the mega jungle trees all the way down the middle. row of oak trees, double wide there, row of birch, double wide all the way to that end. And I went ahead and did the chorus trees as well. So I can, while I'm up doing the spruce, I can just pop all these with a bow, come down and grab the chorus fruits. But there we go. My wood harvesting needs are taken care of. Got myself a little hut. Keep this stuff being non-spawnable around here. And plenty of storage. So, you know, I've already got... I didn't have a whole lot of birch saplings. I still don't. So I'm still having to Fortune 3 all of these leaves before I cut down the wood to try and get as many of the saplings. I mean, oak, I have so many oak saplings back at the house. I don't even need to worry about it. Spruce, I've just done one harvest. That's almost 2 full rows of stacks of logs just from one harvest. These are just going to be additional storage. All the sticks. Over here is my mushroom, so I'm getting a stack or so of mushrooms with the fortune every time, and the rest I am silk touching, and as you can see, I have almost a double chest of brown mushroom, which is beautiful because I need that for this build that I have coming up. And then I also have a mushroom stem, which I'm also going to need for a different build that I have coming up. And over here, we've got almost a chest full of jungle. And starting to get... I only started that out with 5 saplings. So I'm gonna call that good. But it definitely is eating up. I might have to give myself another Fortune 3 hoe here. Just so I don't have to pause to mend it all the time. So that's probably going to be a thing that's happening fairly soon here. Basically, that's all she's got here. Not too bad. It's ugly. I made 0 attempts to make it attractive because this is absolutely a function over form deal. I do not want to have to try and build a tree farm that is attractive because it's just dang near impossible, and I just don't want to spend the time doing it. So we're going to call that a win for now. I have plenty of wood to start with. We're going to go ahead and pop back over to here. One of these days I'm going to have to resummon the dragon. I mean, we know I have plenty of end crystals. But I can go ahead and I can get all these down and out of the way now. At some point, I need to get these animals out of here. That is facts. I need to get them out of here and off to one side because I'm going to need to cover this all, fill it all in. Oh, you know what I haven't checked in a while is my honey situation. Yeah, that's getting pretty full. And that's getting pretty full. So, I'm going to go ahead and... take care of some honey situation. They've already got the storage moved and added storage, so when I am ready for the big build in here, which will be coming very, very shortly, just working on a little bit more of the detail blocks. And of course, that is unfortunately speaking only of this section right here. I've got this section right here kind of figured out. This is kind of ugly. I'm trying to make it look a little more attractive. Figuring that out. And this, I have a good idea. I just don't know if it's going to succeed and look cool. We all know I am not the greatest builder in the world to begin with. So, we're trying to avoid making it any worse than my normal build style. But it is definitely something new for me. Trying to get all of this stuff in here. So this is like the experiment. I've never really used mud blocks before, and the mud brick is definitely something that I really want to get proficient with because I think it makes some really cool builds. I just have this tendency to overthink it a little bit, and we're going to try and avoid that at all costs and just actually turn this into something usable. You know, it's right now it's just, this is literally form over function, or function over form. There's not a thing about this that I couldn't make look better with just something. It's just got to be something. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna figure it out. So I think we are going to call that an episode. I'm gonna do a little bit of resource gathering here, get some more mushroom blocks, get some more jungle wood. I'd like to start out with a shulker of each at least. If I can get a shulker of each, I think then I will have enough to get started. I already have a shulker of mud, so that'll transfer into packed mud pretty easily. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of my gathering of materials. And then next episode, we're going to go ahead and actually get this dang thing built. So, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye!